Sorry about that skip I did before, but we're going to go ahead and do a part two of the album notes here. I'm still playing in the same day, but I figure I'd just break these things up since I kind of do things in one take with minimal editing or any type of mistakes. But hopefully everything's still coming through with the audio. We got to keep in mind that that's at least with my recording device that I have to record it. So I mean, we can plug that in sometime soon. But maybe right, I'll get it like 50. So this was the shop. Just got to plug it now. All right. So let's keep going with not talking that.
Please, those dolts? Nothing could be more excruciating than discussing the true nature of reality with people who have no interest beyond their next Aetherwave program. But that's neither here nor there. What I need to do now is to find a translator, obviously. But to do that, I'll first need to secure transport. You have a ship. Perhaps I could make myself of use to your crew.
That, that,
Certainly. I already gave you most of my money, but I can offer you free spiritual counseling, and I'd be happy to watch your back. I'm pretty handy with a tossball stick, or any blunt instrument, really. I'm also a passable gun hand, if it comes to that. I can usually talk my way out of conflict, though. Oh, I'm fairly competent at hacking computers as well. Well, understanding computers is, though I admit I took it further than most. And I was quite the 32nd back during my seminary days. Left many an opponent bleeding on the field. Fantastic. Let me get my things in order and I'll catch up with you. I shall see you on the ship, Captain, whenever you're ready to leave Emerald Vale.
might end up doing the same thing where I only recruited a few people.
Something got you, Dan?
And that's not necessarily everybody.
Had your rations yet?
Fun topic myself. Just trying to figure out small one. I'm gonna talk with you, to be honest. But we'll get there. We're backwards. Again, just because guys that the first time, this is in comparison to my first playthrough where I had literally started from the left to the right. And effectively, I'm going from the right to the left, so that's just how it's going to be. So, still works. All the boys in the yard. Good. Yeah. Guess I'm going to work my way around. Excuse me, clear my throat. Goes to safe next on that. But there still might be something in this on the front side. So, kind of moved in and out though, but good. Fine, let's try it. Double the droid. You might as well be mad at me. Well, I did the same thing I had told myself I would do like on the next playthrough, which was take advantage of all the, you know, explosives around here. But oh, so
Stand
damn.
and deliver! Always wanted to say that. Ah, no encore?
Oh, this is. This is why I know I'm doing this totally backwards, bro. Supposed to convince her to go back. Just like that. Spoiled. Spoiled right. I go back and talk to her. Look, you find in the restroom, I tell you. The heck did you guys? Yeah, I'm really getting into some spoilery stuff. I apologize. Oh my goodness. I am just talking.
Wow, you crossed them all off, like some sort of heroic accountant running down a list. Teach me your ways.
Way to make me sound nice.
Oh, well, that's a shame. I mean, I could pay you in Adrena time, but I've already bartered most of my stash over to these poor saps. You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen. I'm great at clarifying. I got kicked out of Edgewater on account of falling sick with plague and stealing some medicine to treat myself. I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the botanical labs. I decided to throw in with them, seeing as I always wanted to be an outlaw myself. Instead, what do I find? But a bunch of former workers camped out around a greenhouse. I couldn't just go back to the cannery, so I was stuck with them. I don't know. The vital processes that constitute the miracle of life are mysterious and unknowable. Oh, you mean around these guys? The Marauders wouldn't hurt me. They love me. I'm practically their queen. Yeah, must be my natural charisma. I may have bartered them a few boxes of Adrena time, but yeah, I'm sure that's got nothing to do with it. No. I insinuated myself into their company, see? And they didn't seem to mind one whit. I've got all the time in Halcyon.
Broken out machines now give me some PTSD for what's going to come later. I probably shouldn't even spoil that. Well, that being said, before I even continue with the road, I need to put it back together. Station. Yeah, I didn't really get down with the 6-shooter, just like real life. In the previous playthrough. Yeah, put some pictures. Just cleaning up this one. It's been interrupted from my head, so it's on my move. Oh goodness, I only needed 2? I'm gonna put myself. Still hurts pretty bad. One of those drinks come in handy for that? Possibly. Well, you know what, let's give it a try. Yep. That's good. Sweet. Good. It's at least good for 5 points. I don't remember exactly, but that's something. Yeah. I already did. Still don't. Maybe exactly where I'm at. Okay. So, is this supposed to be the first aid center? Yeah. I feel like that was supposed to be the first aid center the whole time. I mean, it's the community center, but it's supposed to be the first aid room that I was looking for. Sorry. I get confused on. Yeah, first aid room key. Yeah. I get confused when changing out the controls here. Yeah, this might be the room. But I came back to do this kind of for nothing. Yeah, that has to have been the room. So strange. Good, I've done this backwards. Oh, come on, me. At least now you'll take my jump. Thank you. And it sounds right.
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice.
Really good. Come on, there. Like, yeah. Ah, it's hard when you find yourself unsufferable. Insufferable? Insufferable. Insufferable? Words are better. Well, I'll never be good in another language, so I haven't mastered English. My way down. Back to Zoe. This makes me think of Resident Evil 7 with DLC selfie. There's the character. Very good. That's a famous of chance. See you there. So not a fan of these. That's it. This game is pretty. I'll give it that. Oh, all of them popped up here. revolver doesn't have a round. Here, keep them over here. That's bodies to do. Well, stupid gameplay I'm giving into that job. Oh, he had the right. And I kid you not, in my previous playthrough, I did some work with the rifle. That being said, it was definitely not my main. I did not stand when I got the extra. Extra. And then 30 seconds. Off record. No. What was it? Trying to think of the magnification. I want to say it was a 6x. It was like, dude, it was way too much for the type of the engagements I was seeing. Grenade launcher goes hard. I will give it that. But I will say there's other stuff out there. I'm gonna leave it at that. But what it does very well. You do not. One of the craziest things is when you start getting your companions, when you really want to be a menace, um, give them flamethrowers. Give them 2 pairs of flamethrowers, since they love rushing in, or given the context of the situation, what level you find yourself in, where you're exploring, or or you give them what do you call it? Oh, the grenade launcher that they pick up. But bro, once you get into the real big damage grenade launchers, like, man, it is not a game. Stuff gets crazy with your companions. Somehow I always get the feeling like I'm leaving something behind, and then I go back and I find something like that last guy. It's one of those things. forest and start getting into the later game, and you must start doing your gear. Starts getting weak now. I'm just trying to map myself out on what stuff is original. Don't think that I would prefer. I am the excuse me, my voice sounds low. It's just how it is for me. It never have not have enough bits. I said that right now. One thing that the game is kind of stingy about is bits. You definitely, especially when you start getting into more weapon modifications. Help prevent free or going to avoid anything electric. Definitely avoid wildlife. Connected to it. Little Horizon Zero Dawn, I would have tried jumping through all that, but different, very different games in design. Said, going to respect higher quickness. Last time what happened, I didn't even see them, and them little bastards ganged up on me. I didn't really take much damage or anything like that. It wasn't supposed to be in that serious, but like I remember same thing swarming me. There was no sight like hindsight. Although I did not think I would get the slow mo kill off. Oh man. Unironically, that surprised me so much that I didn't even say anything when that happened. Like this, that straight up sniper kill. This flying stingray. It's too much. Yeah, that's probably ready for that. Kind of bullet spongy. I'm not gonna lie about that. Experience. That took me off guard. Sweet. Progress. Hmm. I will pump up my dialogue on that next one. There we go. Can't lie enough. If I can. Over there. Okay. Noodles of trouble. Yeah. Yeah. Having some thoughts about, you know, I don't know if we're ready for that. Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna play it safe. Gonna call it a pause on the finger mission. Or, you know what? Screw it. We don't know unless we try. I'm trying to remember if I had a hard time with it before, at least at the level I'm at right now. But you know what? Let's just see what it's about. Now, forgive me, I am not really great at. That happened. My dumb self almost died. You can't make this up, man. Not only that was missing horribly. Do not, do not hold me up as a beacon of gameplay. Let's put it that way. Jeez, that was rough. Ooh. First of all, I apologize. That gameplay was rough, man. What the hell? I just thought I was gonna lay there and die. I should have known that, especially the dogs were gonna rush me. I was over here just taking hits and just, well, you know what? This is what it is. They all came out to the open. That was nice. Real nice of them. I conserved on ammo, relatively speaking. I'll work through this. As if saving ammo should be my primary concern right now. Five after you drink. Oh. Oh, wow. Good. They might get paid. I think we did this area. That's where unless that was a late message. It's definitely possible. Definitely hear something. Let's just look at you right here. Yeah. Which so
It's Canada's choice. It's Space's choice.
play, generate gameplay. Record. Get a load me around here. Around the family of the costume to the off of grenade. Might have been overkill. For still an item. It's all those. Oh, goodness. Well, the worst part, the first time around, I modified one of these. Huge mistake. When you get to the midpoint of the game. One tap. I mean, not really, but you know what I'm saying. I did that's all dirty though. I'm not even gonna lie, that was messed up. All up in his face. My order in the weapon selection is like out of control. I ain't need to do it all like that. Well, let's change up the order of things. Who should be first? Okay, so the rifle should be first. Then the grenade launcher. That's better. Done. Fair. Good. Oh, so bad. Didn't know that was dirty. Yeah, that's plenty to do. Definitely get to swap the weapons. I'm not even sure if I could even put a scratch to even repair at this point. Because, pro tip, um, I got 4,000 bits right now, top left, but you're gonna want to save where we try to get close to 10K that you're gonna end up dropping for a particular quest. That you might want to keep in mind, so you might not want to invest in modded this building for sure. Not the damage in, but not that perfect start. Close to that. You know. I don't care for this man. One of those word to the wise type of messages. Remember there being stuff in here, but kind of here over here. Being able to fight more like that sort. Yeah. That's very important. Yeah. In general, when it comes to the wildlife, I will say until your more in-game missions, um, killing the wildlife and extracting the meat from them, this is not worth the squeeze. Especially around here, that you are much better rewarded for putting down anything else. They, every, you're better off putting down everything else. Faction related, and you'll end up getting something for it. Well, a couple of them. Probably could take them, but you know what? Some things you don't, you know, I think you just don't need to. Really tempted to this area because I know exactly where I am. Pretty sure I got one more finger left. I'm trying to remember exactly where it's coming up here for advantage. I think I'm gonna approach it from the other side over here. There's definitely enemies along this side of the hill. Kind of wanted to go more than first, so this being my second playthrough. Kinda now the cracking my brain go about where I got five. Or close encounters. Speaking of close encounters, yeah. I did come back exploring a little bit later and I found not this, but another large like wreckage type of area. And I was like, oh, I had no idea this was here. I'm saying that right now. I'll say, yeah, yeah. Don't want to smoke right now. Great. That's my path of least resistance in here. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, that's what- Done that the first time. Not terribly. Bad aim, bad bird. That's the first time. Damn, the dog didn't even know what was going on. Full morality. Full trader. Africa is cool and all, but hey, hi, hi, not gonna jump. Thank you. Okay, let's get that Safeway. So curious to get back to what I had discovered on my previous playthrough. I swear I'm not ready for it. But it really might not appear till. I mean, screw me. Let's find out. I could have sworn in my previous playthrough that it was what I'm thinking about did not appear, or will not appear, until I leave and come back. Let's do this one. Opposite. It is. Alright. Anybody else feel like almost dying? Ah, you only live once, as they say. Yep. That's the worst part about them. When they do stuff like that. They show up behind you. And they do stuff like that. Straight up, harmful status effects. You know it. We're gonna eat a little bit. And then we're gonna slow things down. spin around. Somebody just around that pile there. Definitely not doing that for a perk point. Not even once. Alright. Rifle did more damage than I thought it'd be. Or thought it'd do. Thought it did. Like I said, this primal hide stuff is like straight up. Is it junk? Yeah, see, it is not worth it, dude. Primal hide is not even close. Or that grenade launcher might be OP. Like the dude shoot all over again. Like I predicted, like I was gonna do. I was so late in game when I found this out. Yes, sir. Oh. Said the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Brain just is dirty now. Distant relative or scrap. Sometimes I gotta remind myself of that yeah, helmets will be like departed from like the main body, and you have to remove it separately. But somehow it always catches me off guard when I see something else like right next to somebody, and it's like, hold up, you have something else. No, let's here. Get a small little vantage point. See if I missed out on anything. Man, the rock packs go clutch. I'm impressed. Yeah, I'm not so hopeless against the primals, but yeah, I'm not trying to look for well, pretty much all encounters for me are options right now. not trying to purposely go back. Although I will say, what I didn't do that I wanted to do the first time around was backtrack as far as I could from, let's say, the tutorial area. Because I couldn't make it that far. Yeah. Okay. Okay, once you jump down, ain't no going back. It's that. That's it. Oh boy. You still out here? Alpha stopped at home.
Marauders, deserters, illegal landing. What is this colony coming to?
Chaos. Ran out. I probably shouldn't say stuff like that. Play foul. I like it. Never seen this one very long before. Screw it. Like, is there a mission where I can? There, I thought I was gonna come across something nice. Now, I do know a place where I do come across something nice, but much later. Much tracking. Definitely, the best way I put it. You're definitely gonna have to work for it. Something for another. There it is.
Grave digging's a fine profession. Always work to be had? and nary a word of complaint out of your clients. Yeah? What about him? Well, yeah. It's what I'm contractually obligated to do. What's this about? Yeah. Funny thing, Eugene's body ain't where it's supposed to be. The night we was supposed to commend his body to the earth, I had his grave all dug up and ready, right? And so I thought, I'll just rest my eyes a bit. When I woke up, his body was gone. Spirited away. Vanished. The footprints nearby suggested that Eugene was stolen by marauders. Or he rose from the dead. Let me know if you find anything. Yeah?
Just to know I finished finding out about this whole thing. But I think that's somehow tied up to the Let me deal with the constable.
Been eating nothing but salt tuna for a year.
Something to report? We pay by the finger. What do you have for me? Gil Antrim. Real name, Guillaume. Duly processed by a freelancer on behalf of Spacer's Choice. I remember him. I was just a kid last I saw him. Shame. I'll just need your signature here, 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 and here. Got any more fingers for me? Mabel Burgess. Age 37. Right or left-handed? Let's just say no longer applicable. I remember Doc Burgess. Conducted my physical every fiscal quarter. Guess she couldn't keep her hands off her patient's medicine. Still one outstanding bounty. If you've got a finger, I've got the paperwork.
That's when Bernie had to go.
Here we are. Bertie Cotton. Cause of death. Let's just say overwhelming physical trauma. Bert was the local preacher before Max took over. Always was quick to remind us that we all get what we deserve in the end. Well, that's all three. I must remember to requisition some more fingerprint ink. Here's all the compensation you've earned, plus a bonus. You've done such a bang-up job hunting down our former workers that I thought it only proper to deputize you. Congratulations. Let me stop you there. It is official Spacer's Choice policy that all Marauders, regardless of prior affiliation to the Spacer's Choice brand, no longer qualify as our people.
Probably the only case where you can say your people.
Something else I can do for you? As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity.
Sometimes I wonder what I'm doing with myself.
Nothing I can do about it.
Wonder if the plague's ever gonna pass.
Work your jaw on some Spacer's Chaw. Music to my ears.
I'll send you so you can talk. Do that. Ah, yeah, got plenty of mods here. I'm not gonna use. Oh, excuse me. Oh. Let's see. I have to weigh this out given the count. I mean, it's 191. I'm not going to be super cheap about this for now. I am going to withhold on the revolver though. Just because I feel like certain way about it. I really should repair it. Screw it.
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice. Music to my ears.
That's it. Everything else is getting cycled. All right. So the robot thing. Oh, actually, I believe it was in the 40 something, maybe 45-ish. I wonder if I could pull it off. Let's just see if I can. I believe it was 47, but I wonder if I use something mine related to do what I need to do. That being said, some of those monster photos, not for the faint of heart. All right, let's actually activate that. Going to just something fizzy.
Searching for repair bay. Error. Navigation systems failed. Unable to comply.
Damn. I wonder if I take one more Because why not? Ooh, I'm so close. Do I even have another one? Will it even stack? One way to find out. Also, let me add a consumable up here. Alright. Well, actually, no, I don't think it does stack. Damn it. That was dumb. Crap, I'm only 1 point away? Ah! I played myself. Damn. Well, it is what it is. Just continue on with the main mission for now. Gentlemen.
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The cans bust open in the oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson? I think there's someone here to see you.
Focus, Miss Holcomb. You and I are still talking. Let's start over. Walk me through the process. Show me where it's going awry.
Well, sure. It's, mostly on account of what we're feeding into the mechanism.
It puts food in cans. We have food, we have cans. Why won't it work like we need?
She's expecting saltuna of a certain size. We're filling the cans with, well, not fish.
Get this right. Miss Holcomb over here, best character. Calling it now. Even if you don't get the romancer, that don't even matter. She's still the best. Now, as far as romance goes, there's a reason why science is so important as far as the romance thing goes. And that only pays off one time where you need to get access to a certain door. And there's not really too much payoff besides 2 lines. But when you're starving, you will settle for crumbs.
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself. You were saying, Miss Holcomb.
It's just what Bess needs is a proper refurbish. I can bandage her up and what all, but she's just old. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'll do better.
And I do wish you'd stop referring to our cannery as Bess. Personification of company property is strictly contrary to the Spacer's Choice Code of Conduct. My apologies. I am not in the habit of allowing my guests to witness such a row. Now, what can I do for you? I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform. Yes, so it dawns on me. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through. I understand. Your business is your own. Nonetheless, You are welcome in our little outpost. Outsiders are a rare sight in the Vale. If you are a freelancer, then I have use for you. There is pay to be earned or supplies to tide you over, as you prefer. The sort of work for which I cannot spare my own people. I am in the midst of a difficulty, the resolution of which requires a third party. You. There's an old botanical lab, mostly abandoned now, but still eating up power from our plant, power which our cannery sorely needs. I need you to go to the geothermal plant and reroute power from the botanical lab over to us. Simple as that. I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town. Of course, I understand completely. Here, let me give you the passcode to the geothermal plant. A sign of good faith, for so politely listening to me as I ramble on.
Are you setting off for the Vale? Because I know my way around. I mean, in case you want a guide. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented, and may prove useful to you.
Yes.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
My offer remains standing should you reconsider. Thank you. I can't tell you how much this means to me. The plant's not been maintained for years. You'll need my passcode to get inside. Head into the plant, find the main door, and enter my passcode at the adjoining terminal. Remember that you are representing your town and your company, Miss Holcomb. Acquit yourself with grace. If you could see your way to getting us our power back, I'd appreciate it. Go ahead. Adelaide was our only flavor specialist. We are a Saltuna canning institution. Saltuna without flavor is like a cysty pig without tumors, borderline inedible.
Other people have got it to the but it's high, it's solid.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
I hear about it. I'm sure I can put
Mister,
it today.
can we talk? Sorry. Got a sec? Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just... Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left. Miss McDevitt? Oh, gosh, no. She was a real important person. A flavorist. Made all the food taste decent. She used to work up in the big office with Mr. Thompson. Alls I know is she left after her son died. It was a real big to-do. I could hear them both yelling clear from my own place. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. It don't seem right to me, mister. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is. Books are for rich folk. I wonder what he wants with something like that. Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
A little more moral gray. Obviously, so.
This is where the magic happens. Well, science. But it still happens. Hey, that's... I mean, if you need it, okay.
You need it, girl. I'm back just to hear you say that.
If you're hungry, I could open up a can of something.
So, dang, girl, what you doing with heavy ammo? This is better than mine. I ain't about to do her dirty with the Moonman helmet. That's gonna be funny though. I know exactly who I might give it to though. So, we eating tonight, girl.
My dad's... It's an office. Just my office. Nice.
Stuff is sad, but I'm gonna go through it pretty quick. You can pause where you need to read. Like the deal. Funny you decided to have
If you need to go, I'll wait outside.
face. About that.
I don't like coming out here. People on the street stare.
There for those plants. Nice place. Let's do this. Well, now we can do the robot thing.
Almost lost a finger in the cannery.
Well, let's speak to Max on the wing. See over here.
Another day at the cannery.
You think corporate's ever gonna visit?
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
I'll meet you on the ship when you're ready to depart from Emerald Vale. Captain.
But what? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do?
Huh. It's all what
Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk. They rejected the order of society and live beyond the walls so thoughtfully provided by our Spacer's Choice patrons. Does that strike you as a responsible life choice? Astute. But I am here, not in the deserter camp. So that's not a variable I can account for. Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold. I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling? This season's tossball predictions? The quickest way out of town?
Yeah, huh? That's on account of how I never met her. It's hard to miss what you never knew. I don't ponder it over much. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here. Could be. Reckon I'll never know. A whole ship? Like one that flies about the Aether? That's a tall order. I guess the generator that powers Bess? I mean, the cannery. If you turn on the thermal plant like Mr. Thompson wants, we can shut down the generator. Then it'd be safe to yank the regulator. You mean about the mission being too clean? I know, but Vicker says the universe is a machine, that it runs by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vicker sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass. Fixing the universe is a job for somebody way better than the likes of me.
Let's save it all. We got to clear 50 for my engineer now. Oh, 50.
Aw, he ain't no threat. Bet I could...
Searching for repair bay. Error. Navigation systems failed. Unable to comply.
I could probably fix that. I mean, if you wanted me to. That's not bad work, mister. You done this before?
Navigation systems operational. Optimal path toward repair bay detected. Initiating self-diagnostics. Spacer's Choice reminds all colonists that serving the Spacer's Choice family is the highest possible reward. I have been programmed to deliver this pre-approved message.
Robot's got to pay too. I didn't expect it to be crouching right there.
When I was little, we'd get freighters in every Sunday noon. Now they only come but once a month. I love the wind here.
Bring us honor, soldier. You beat that scout to scrap with its own legs? Pulled its optic cables out its head case? Actually, don't tell me. Rather use my imagination. You're a passing fair soldier, I will confess. But you are one, and the enemy is legion. What you need is an equalizer, a weapon to strike fear in their cold, mechanical hearts. Cantina, lavatory, behind one of the toilets. That's where I've kept it hidden all these years. What? All by yourself? I could have sworn I hid that bundle safe from prying eyes. Give it here. Feast your eyes, soldier. This here is a genuine Spacer's Choice injury customizing unit, designed to deliver a lethal blast of electrical discharge. I call it the Hand of the Law. You ever want to see a mechanical flailing around like a grounded fish? You stick a couple thousand volts in its guts. With compliments from old Ludwig. There's a workbench right through this door. Attach that unit to your favorite weapon and go forth into glorious battle. Time's come for you to journey down into the black heart of the enemy's camp. I'm talking about the old geothermal plant. Unfortunately, the old plant lies outside my board-given jurisdiction. You'll need to get a passcode from the boss, Reed Thompson.
Okay. We got that too.
I've been after a passcode for years. Boss said no on account of my gross incompetence with all matters related to security. I need you to get us the brain of a mechanical. Well, not exactly a brain. Anatomically speaking, what we're looking for is a logic module. If you die horribly, I will pour out a can of 0G to your memory.
I'm in. What else could I ask for?
Where are we headed?
Venture.
Hey, Miss Parvati. Come for a visit?
Not today. Just helping this fella. I used to skip rocks in the river till Constable Reyes ticketed me for unlicensed terraforming. I think she was jealous. She don't know how to skip rocks her own self.
texture popping. Oh, crap. Popping.
I've always wanted to poke around in here.
Oh. Performing an area sweep now.
To go around the same way you do. So, pop up. Quite a few of those too. That's actually why I ran up the hill like that. It was just coincidental. But the funny thing is that first time I did go come around to that front side there, got lit up by maybe 2 or 3 of them.
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
Oh, hey there, friend. Wow, a new face. Oh, we're getting popular. I'm Thomas. Whoa, Miss Parvati. Hey, you're, what, how are you? Hi, hello.
Are you, are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no, I'm just along with this fella here.
Are you from town? I mean, you don't exactly look like you're from town. sorry. I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair. I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged. No kidding! Really? Well, which one? Look at that! Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years. I appreciate you going through all that trouble. In fact, I put aside something special, on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me. Sure, I'd be glad to take them off your hands. What's on your mind? Couple months. This camp's my home. People you see milling about, they're my family. At least I think of them that way. I owe them my life. Would have died in the wilderness if they hadn't chanced upon me, starving and delirious. We all left the cannery for one reason or another. Me? I was let go, mostly on account of my incompetence. I mean, I was incompetent. I couldn't even survive on my own. Grace found me, Adelaide took me in, I've been on my feet ever since.
You weren't incompetent. You just didn't fit the cannery. Not like here. This place had a U-shaped hole, and now it doesn't.
You could stay, you know. Here. I'd be happy to... I mean, we could really use... oh, this isn't coming out right. If you want, Adelaide would make a place for you.
Ow. Pulling potatoes. Purpose there.
I told Thomas to holler if he saw anyone sneaking in around the back. I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along. Armed strangers wandering into my camp for one. Some of my camp wandering out for another. Got anything in you besides questions? No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her. Thank the Eternal. Wait, Marauder Camp. Is she all right? Zoe's family. Chiding her is our purview, not yours. If you could bring her home, I'd be obliged. And if you could cross off some marauders on the way, I'd be much obliged.
So, that's back over here.
I don't know anybody who ever came out this far.
What I wouldn't do for a Wentworth. Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong. And no serial dramas. I've been thinking about going back. I just gotta know if Lord Cavendish really is the masked marketeer. I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is gonna be glaring knives at me, so I've got that to look forward to.
Go home. Go over. Yep. No, it's fine. It's demons are crazy. XP will be tough to get in later on missions. It's like no joke. Yeah, you gotta later on. You might as well XP farm. And it's rough. Like you gotta throw yourself into new places, trying to discover other things that you missed in order to get XP. Because even farming traditionally just like, you know, hunting down enemies. It ain't gonna do much.
What is it?
So damn rough.
We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened, anyway? Zoe joined up with a band of marauders. Zoe. The same Zoe who doesn't know a barrel from a trigger. Well, I've heard stranger things. You pretty much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble. Let me know if I can do something for you.
Here. They'll fix my clothes. Big deal. Thought that was like kind of should have thought about this earlier. That's effective. Like that would be good.
Video games are
that they did. Something content a lot later on tonight. I still need to finish dinner. We should make a dinner.
Over in the hothouse, tending crop.
Probably gonna be finish talking to them. Just like the staff and stuff. Then before we plant this, the power.
Oh gosh,
Power.
it's so pretty.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear? I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned. Reed Thompson? You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then? Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves. He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans? Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do. I trust you will listen to your conscience.
Something you need?
Then what you got?
He's just interested in fixing stuff. He always used to follow me around, asking me to explain what I was doing. Like a puppy, kinda. Thomas always listened to me. Never said I was odd, never tried to... I just want to think of him like that. If he wants to learn about engineering, we should help him get those data pads he wants. I'd like to do that for him.
This lighting was not necessary, but it's kind of cool to look at. Quick, put your helmet back on. Oh my goodness. Right? Well, now we have found ourselves at an impasse. 2 hours and a half for part 2. So we will call this a night. Thank you for spending your time with me. I will do my first manual save. And thank you all for your time. See you later. Have a good one. Be safe.